Today we framed our parapet roof about 90% of the way. We just need our blocking. We learned that it's going to be a little bit different than last time, but nothing too bad.
We didn't really make a mistake, did we?
No, not a mistake. We would have if we put our blocking in, but we would have put it in wrong, but we asked before, so that was good. I guess just split up the work again. Maybe like one person works on half of the slopes, one person works on the other half.
Yeah, that tends to work good if you stick to different halves of the roof so you're not stepping on each other's toes.
Today we're going to need our multi-tool to cut out our notch for our scupper. We're going to need our speed square and tape measure to take lengths and mark straight lines. We're going to need our circular saw or a circular saw to cut our runners and our slopes. We're going to need a hammer for our 835 clips and a nail gun when we cut our runners and our slopes to toenail them in. And don't forget your harness. It's very important.
So we're starting to build our roof. We've already got our perimeter, our 2x6 perimeter put up. We've got our layout marked for our 24-inch centers. And Isaiah is cutting out our scupper hole. Right now we've got it marked. It's a 3.5 by 3.5 hole. We've got the floor marked here at 8 by 4. And yeah, we'll just start cutting these longer rafters. So we got our long piece here, and we're gonna do the shorter piece at the end, closer to the scupper side. So it's just structural integrity. Yeah, so I'm gonna lay this down and snap a line when they're connected still. And we'll snap our line like this.
Right now I'm cutting out our hole for our scupper. In case you don't remember where it goes, it's half of our tiny home, so it's 10'6" to the center, and from the center line we're gonna go from the 2x6. You want to mark your scupper box after you have your roof box on, so it's gonna go after you put the 2x6. That's when you're gonna mark it out, and we're taking our measurement from the inside of our wall sheathing, not the outside. Because if we measured from the outside, that would make us half an inch off. So when we go to frame our roof, it's the exact same layout. We're going to start in this corner on the inside of our wall sheathing and mark 2 feet centers all the way out. And then we're going to start from our middle and mark 2 feet all the way out. And when we get to the 6-inch piece, that'll go last. We're putting that piece in, so we will land on a 2 foot on center. So our roof frame is the exact same. The only difference in this roof versus the roofs we built is 4 feet in, we're gonna have blocking here, and then it'll cut all the way around. But we need to wait to put our blocking on until we have our facial board on the outside of our wall sheathing, because the state wants our final roof sheathing to cover our facial board. So that's going to be another inch or so out. So once we have our facial board on, we'll be able to hook our tape, pull a measurement exactly 4 feet on center, so we know where to lay our sheathing. And we're also going to lay our sheathing differently. So instead of going mix match horizontal, how we used to go back and forth, from this slope cut down, all of our sheets are going to be running vertical. And from this slope to that slope, they're going to be running horizontal. That's the only differences. Plus, a lot more hurricane ties or 835s, but just a little bit. But the roof frame itself is the exact same, so there's no changes on that. Today was pretty good. It was a little bit tricky regarding where our new blocking is going to be, but Dan explained to us that we're going to put that in after we put our facial board on the outside. So it's the same exact frame, 2-foot center starting from that corner down, from our center runner down, and we got all this done. We need to put our blocking, and then we'll finish with probably half a day of putting A35 clips in, because there's going to be a lot more of them to secure our blocking. But one really interesting thing that I learned is how you can use your speed square to find an angle. This really helps with cutting these angles along your runners, because before I was just going straight 45s and it's not a 45. This side is going to be different than this side and that side. So all you have to do is draw a straight line. So either take your framing square and hug it up against that. Usually you do it up there, but I'm doing it here because I have a line here. And once you have a straight line perpendicular to the outside of your box, you're going to take this little semicircle here where the arrow says pivot, and I'm using this line right here. So I'm going to push that semicircle up right there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my speed square till I'm flush with this line. And down here is you get to read your angle. So right now I'm at about 51 or 52 degrees. So that's what I would set my saw at to make a flush cut that would butt up close to this.
Today their job was to build a roof over frame to give us a roof slope on our flat trusses. So they came in, they did their slope of their roof. We got a 5/8 of an inch per foot slope on it, and wrapped the building around with our 2x6 rim joists. And then from here they'll start running the sheeting on it. But before that, we've got a bunch of hold down clips we have to put in. So those are all located along the perimeter and then along our ridge board here. And actually that would be called a valley board. And then we'll tie in our joists to the valley board with A35s. And then we screw down. We'll put a 6-inch screw through some of these down into our ceiling joists. So like right here, there'll actually be a 6-inch screw that goes down and ties into our TJI joists. They did a really good job for today. It's a lot of work whipping all this stuff and getting it to drain to our, you can see our drain hole right here. It's a 3x3 scupper that'll be going in there to drain the roof off. And then tomorrow they'll come up here, they'll do their clips and run their plywood. They did a real good job today. Everything looks really good. These notch outs you can see for our bolts, and what they have is they'll have a pipe that goes over it, and then that's where that bolt is where we hook our crane hook to so that we can lift these units. And they'll glue those down with liquid nails, and then everything goes around that. Overall, they did a really good job. I worry a lot when they do their rips on their angles. But these two guys are really good at it, and they did a really great job to get that a nice slope going down, and it'll all tie together real good. Real happy. And then you can see our vent pipes coming up. That's our dryer vent. That's our exhaust fan. And then we have a dryer vent over here. Really good job, and everything looks great.